G'day everybody, and welcome back for some more 7 Days to Die. It's day 35, which means it's Horde Night 5. And that should be okay. As I said at the end of last week, I spent an entire day collecting resources, organizing things for the Horde Night build, and organizing things to take to the other base. So that includes having a whole bunch of flagstone cubes for building more of the wall, a whole bunch of spikes for building out our defenses around this, and some barbed wire fences, because apparently now that I'm a decent miner, I can actually mine enough iron to make things like that doable, which is nice. I'm still not sure that I want to be spending all my iron on making iron spikes, but I did make a few iron bars if I decide to, but that's like 400 forged iron seems like a lot. It's 50 spikes. It's just 50. Which is really not very much. Yeah. It's not much at all. But I may at least upgrade the ones that are like under this area, because it's a nice area for me to shoot at, and so it'd be nice for them to take a bit more damage around here. Or perhaps I should put it at the areas that are harder for me to shoot at, so they take more damage there where I can't deliver the damage. I've put in my mini bike a bunch of different things for building the new base. Stuff like... You're not getting up, are you? Stuff like the wood frames for building out the rest of the barn. I should have enough on board there now for that, because when I chopped down all these trees at the beginning of yesterday, I got a lot of timber. When I say a lot, I mean this much. Like, that's after making several hundred frames. It was like, I put, yeah, see, 480 frames queued up. It was like 21,000 timber or something. I don't think I'm going to be needing to process wood for a while. I did also, I think, queue up some charcoal to be made. Or was that the other day? That might have been the other day. So, things to do in order to be prepped for Horde Night. Because that's what we're doing right now. I need a hammer. Oh, I put these labels on these as well. Because I kept having to open 2 of these to remember which one was which. Hopefully this will reduce the frequency with which that happens. Well, splitsy deforestation and reforestation, because trees grow ridiculously quickly in 7 Days to Die. Like, properly ridiculously quickly. Some of my cobblestone blocks that I had planned for the wall are obviously going to need to be used to rebuild Moe's Tavern. That's fine. We expected this. So yeah, I think that's kind of it, Kevin. I need to... I've got plenty of ammo. I have some backup weapons. But what I was thinking of doing as well was making a brand new crossbow. But I was going to do that toward the end of the day, assuming I've killed any zombies today. Just in case I... Oh. Nope, that's metal. Just in case I end up with a slight improvement in my bow skill so I can make a better crossbow. But I really enjoyed the crossbow last Horde Night, so I'm going to stick with it, I think. 20-hour bus ride? I haven't even thought about a 20-hour bus ride since when I was contemplating traveling to South America. Oof, that is a long time on a bus. And I hate buses. Buses never have enough leg room. They're like cheap airlines, but slower and worse. There is no front wall. I kind of forgot that. I mean, I know there are reasons you sometimes have to catch a bus, but I have always done my best to avoid it because of the legroom issue. Like when I was in high school, my getting to school was walk to the train station, catch the train. From the train station at the other end, most people would catch a bus to then get to school from the nearest train station. Once I got to year 10, I said, stuff it. The buses suck. I'm just going to walk. Because it was about a 20-minute walk or a 15-20-minute walk. Okay, that's not what I was expecting when I turned the corner. It's my Uber meat delivery. Oh, jeez, they're not dead! I thought they were dead. Okay. So we're not going to use the bow. Oh, that didn't even kill it in one shot. Okay. I've got to deal with these... I've got to deal with these wolves. Sometimes I'm going to get snuck up on from behind. Yeah, I know there's one more. Thank you for reminding me though, just in case. Is there just one more? Nope, that is a high shot. That's a low shot. Don't think I've killed it. Well, yeah, I have. How did I kill that one in one shot and I couldn't kill the others in one shot? Oh, because this was not a big wolf. I see. Yeah, the mist really isn't helping me. But then I guess that might be the point. No, this is not a 223. This is a 5.5. This is using 5.56 ammo. The weapons in this do not follow real world weaponry things. Kind of at all. Because 223s, they have a different caliber, don't they? From memory. I don't know much about guns. It is a lovely, atmospheric, misty morning. I'll give it that. This is true. I don't know. As I said, I don't know anything about gun stuff. I don't really care. It doesn't have any role in things because games don't follow that stuff anyway. 223 is 5.56, but the tolerances are wider. Huh. Interesting. The only firearm I have ever fired yeah, I've only fired a... I probably don't want to talk about that, actually. I have fired a rifle before, but that's like once, and... yeah, not interested. Certainly, I think if I was in a survival situation, I'd have no qualms in hunting and killing an animal if I was needing the food. But I've got no desire to do anything like that as a recreational activity. I just don't think I'd enjoy it. Still, I thought from the damage that I did to the big green alien dude last week, I thought I would have enough. I thought I'd have enough stopping power. Because I managed to kill the alien dude with the scoped rifle last week. I thought I'd have enough to stop the wolf, but no. Apparently direwolves have a lot of hit points. Bows are really quiet, especially if you put a silencer on them. Uh-huh. So, one of the things I was trying to work out for this Horde Night was where I would be best served in putting my new fancy acquired barbed wire. Obviously underneath, like inside my base, has no point getting that upgrade because I can't shoot anything down here. But am I best putting it right against my walls? Or am I best putting it in the... like a couple of meters out so I can more easily hit what's on it? I'm going to jump up the ladder after I finish placing these spikes and have a look, because I'm... Ow, ow, ow! Ugh. Because I'd like to make up my mind and place the barbed wire earlier rather than later so I don't forget to put it in. And try and figure out where is going to be a good spot for it. Because I'll obviously have lots of barbed wire at the new base. So I can protect my walls. And have zombies that are easy to shoot. I'm hoping I've got enough barbed wire for a double layer so that I can block off the zombies pretty... pick off the zombies pretty easily while they're approaching. So I'm not sure that one thick will be enough for me to be able to do that. There we go. Boop, boop. No, you cannot build log spikes, and I've never liked placing my log spikes upside down. I always felt that was way too cheesy. It's not an approach that I like to use. And sadly, yeah, no Madonna spikes this time. I did like my Madonna spikes on my walls last time. It was kind of a cool look. Very 80s, but still cool. So, what I'm trying to work out with the barbed wire is... I think placing it right against the wall would be a mistake, because the zombies kind of hang around against the wall. So if I'm going to do anything against the wall, that should be where I upgrade to metal spikes. And so I was thinking of maybe putting it like 2 or 3 blocks out, putting a double row of barbed wire out about there, the edge of where the bitumen is. I'm hoping that that's a good spot. Like, that's not a bad angle for me to shoot down at them. I'm pretty much over the top, so I'm more likely to get a headshot. And they're close enough that range and accuracy is going to be... Well, accuracy is going to be pretty good. At least by my standards. I do not have a full bar walkway around the top. It's only along this edge. So yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'll have to clear out some of these spikes though. They should have oil traps in these games to surround your base with oil, and when it's horde enters it. Yeah. If you want a game with that sort of trap, you got to play Night of the Dead. It's had some updates recently, and I'm kind of almost at that point where I'm going to suggest to Capac that we play it again, because it's not a game that I want to play all the time, but it is fun to play every now and then. I felt like we kind of understood the meta of it too well by the time we finished it last time, so I think coming back to it every now and then and having to remember, like, refresh yourself on what the best approaches are is the most fun way to play, because it means you can make mistakes. And I need to repair this. Wait, how not effective is this at chopping these up? Oh, it's actually better. Quicker, less stamina usage. Perfect. So my plan at the other base is obviously going to involve a big ditch and spikes for them to fall down onto and all that sort of stuff, but it's going to take a long time to be able to build something that big, especially as just me. My hope is that once I've moved over there, building up that sort of stuff will be something I can just do in between coming back here one night before Horde Night and prepping here until I feel that the other base is safe to live out the Horde Night in. Just similar to what I did last time in the other save. I kept using my Horde base until I felt that my main base was ready to withstand the Horde. Because I like having only one base. I think it makes it more interesting to play that way. But I also like to have my one base survive, so I don't have to do a game restart. Whoops. Didn't mean to break that. I may have an auger, but I'm not sure that's going to speed up building that ditch around my base particularly much. Maybe a little bit, but I think it's still going to be slow. Have I used up all my stone? I think I have. I am interested to see whether using the auger to clear out the clay will be a big enough... Like, if that'll make it quick enough that building the ditch early is actually feasible. Yes, there are the screamer issues and other zombie issues with an auger. Yes, I'm destroying my wooden hedgehog collection because I'm going to put barbed wire there. And then I'll put more wooden spikes and more metal spikes. Because I think I will just use up my metal for that. In fact, do I have enough? Oh, that's a no. I can make another 8 iron bars. I might as well. Put them around the outside. Proof handle. Sharp stones. No, not that many. Full metal heavy hedgehog. Full metal hedgehog, yes. Something like that. The severity of the Horde Nights is based on your player game stage. Which is given a weighted average if you're in an area with other players. So if other players are in the area with you, they will have an impact on the Horde difficulty that you face. Every player that's in that area will. It's a fairly neat system. I'm sure there are exploits to it, but as you guys are also aware, you know I probably won't exploit them. At least intentionally. The Feng Shui will be strong once the Horde is over, because I've got enough blocks, hopefully, that I can go and just take materials over to the new base and build. And perhaps start even the process of formally moving all my production equipment over there. Yeah, assuming I don't die during the Horde Night. I suspect there are going to be quite a few flying disease monsters coming at me this Horde Night. Yeah, Silver Comet, this is single player. For a while I was hoping to get Cat back in on it, but then it just kind of got to a point where I'd progressed so far that I kind of stopped worrying about that, and I also figured this is kind of my chill chat with you guys sort of game. More so than a co-op game where it's a bit harder to keep up with chat as much. Okay, that's clear. Let's start placing down some barbed wire. Hopefully not too much of it on myself. Oh, that's not good. It's my first screamer. Did she actually call in it? Oh, she called in her body over here. Oh, a few of them. I wasn't sure if she'd call in any ferals like this one. That went right through the back of his head. Nope. Oh, I got him. Alright, I think that's good. Capac doesn't find it repetitive. Capac actually has quite enjoyed the times I've dragged him into Ravenhearst, because Ravenhearst really strongly encourages looting, which is kind of Capac's jam. That's what he likes. It really strongly encourages the looting game and gives him lots to do. Capac doesn't mind a bit of grind in a game. The thing that I think puts Capac off is the thought of all that stuff. But the actual doing of it, he is quite fine with once he starts doing it. But yeah, it's the thought beforehand that makes Capac balk at it. It's like, is that the one that everything takes forever? And I'm like, yeah. But it's also the one where you loot a lot, and he's like, So it's, you know, this mod is a bit of swings and roundabouts for him. Like, if things coming to you quickly was a thing Capac actually enjoyed, even not just the thing he thinks he enjoys, then he probably would have been a lot more happy in Ark. Because in Ark, you get everything really quickly. Or at least we did at the pace we were playing on our server. And that wasn't, like, him having all the things that he could have wanted wasn't enough to overcome his frustration. Yeah, the best part about 7 Days to Die is the loot game. It is a really good looting game. I think... it's not the best, but it's the best first-person one I played that I can think of. And there are plenty of things to explore as well, which helps. And lots of reason to explore. But I think if I was going to try and get Capac back into 7 Days, I think I'd want to do it as another recorded series with him. Where we can just go full on roleplay with it. Tesla, there's so many reasons he didn't enjoy Ark. I've been over them ad what feels like ad nauseum, so I'm just gonna leave that one. Now, if you really want to find out the answer, you'll have to watch some of those streams. Suffice it to say, he did not enjoy it. and he will not be playing it again. Yeah, I'd like to do something special RP wise with 7 Days to Die and Capac. Because I think that'd also be more feasible for me to remember which game I did what in, with having this running at the same time. That's always the danger of having too many playthroughs of the one game going at once, is remembering which one you're doing what in, and remembering your goals in each. But having something that's very roleplay heavy and different in that way compared to this, which is very much just chill chat. It's kind of, to me, 7 Days to Die in this format is very much just something to provide us something to talk about while doing a just chatting type stream. Because the way that conversation meanders here kind of ends up that way. Why so many zombies on Horde Day? I'm usually left alone on the Horde Day. Would I try other overhaul mods? Honestly, with the amount of time that Ravenhearst takes up, probably not. Like, I don't have another time during the week where I'm likely to be able to play much 7 Days to Die, so I like Ravenhearst. There are some things about it that I've changed because I would like them a different way, but I still like the mod. So I would still play this if given a choice. I guess if Capac and I were ever looking for something to play and wanting to test out before starting something a bit longer running, we could test out some of the other overhaul mods. But the good and bad thing of Ravenhearst is that once you start, it's going to take you, especially single player, it's probably going to take me at least 100 days before I've even unlocked everything. And then maybe not even then. So that's a long time. Because with 90-minute days, that's 150 hours. Now, there's not a lot of other time in there to try out the newer versions of Darkness Falls and the like. Capac and I have talked about the forest, and neither of us have much desire to play that in content form because we have both watched through an entire Let's Play series of the game. So know the whole story. And that's kind of killed most of our desire to actually play more of it. We played a little bit of it ourselves, but we unfortunately both also watched the same playthrough. Might be long enough ago that we've forgotten a lot of it, but Capac's weirdly good at remembering that stuff. What was I coming up here for? Metal. That's it. So, not even midday yet. This is good. Aardvark, we do want to go back to Ark, especially now that it's got the full story. I don't know timing-wise on that. Another game we're keeping an eye on making sure we have time for is Grounded when it gets its full release. Because I'd like to play through the full story of that. And I know Capac would too. Which comes out in September. So I'm looking forward to that one too. Why can't I place anything on that spot? Jerk game. Why? Why are you like this? I've looked at the Isle quite a few times, and every time I look at it, the reviews make me go, nah. I can't actually remember what I read in the reviews, but my impression was that, nah. That's what I remember. That's the bit I remember about it. That it wasn't going to be something I'd want to play. Of course, it's always dangerous to put a lot of stock in Steam reviews, but when you read ones that are worded in ways that make you go, okay, this is a reasonable person writing a reasonable review, it's hard to ignore that. Yeah, Eisen, that's potentially what we will do, is see if we can play Grounded with Pav and TFE, so we've got a full crew of people with, well, I mean, TFE does have his occasional ping issues, but it's still pretty good. People with low ping, so that there are no lag-related issues for the combat and stuff. Ow. 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 I love it when it places spikes in my own face. Stephen, I like those sorts of sim tycoon type games. I've always liked playing them. I played lots of those as a kid. Capac, I think, likes the idea of them more than the actual playing. As in, if they don't let him be as weird as he wants to be, he gets bored of them very quickly. And as we all know, Capac likes to be very weird. No barbed wire along the wall, because there's no point. Once they're at the wall, they move around, like they stand still long enough to shoot them. My plan along the wall is this. Oh, I can do 100 metal spikes. Excellent. It's only 4. I thought it was 8. I don't know how long these will last, but hopefully long enough to be useful. Just thin the herd a little bit. My preference, defensive-wise, is make it so I can shoot them at a moderate distance, which is why that double barbed wire is out there, and then do damage once they get close for the passive stuff. I have no desire to play Satisfactory again, ever, but the right circumstances might make Factorio a thing I would try again. No, Scrap Mechanic has not gotten any meaningful updates in a very long time. I'm still waiting for it to have them. Or last I checked it hadn't. They were still talking about the big meaningful update that was coming. Oh yeah, the zombies can very much smash your wall to pieces. That's why the first part of this stream was me repairing the missing bits of wall. All this stuff that looks like brick with dodgy mortar work, that was destroyed in the last Horde Night. Valheim is not dead. Valheim's another game that I enjoy, but would have to come to terms with the iron grind that I despise. Man, the iron grind in that game grinds my gears. What's so bad about Satisfactory? It bores me. It has nothing that makes me want to play it. I know a lot of people enjoy it, but it's just... everything about that game makes me realize I am playing a game, not losing myself in fun. Like, you give me a game... like, I play a game of Civ, and I will forget that I played 8 hours of it. You give me a game of Space Engineers where I'm in the mood to design something, I will lose the same sort of time. You put me in Satisfactory and I immediately know that I have none of the required information to make the things as good as they want you to make them. I have to make deliberately bad stuff at the beginning, and so I'm constantly aware that all I'm doing is biding time until the game gives me what I need to be able to do something properly. I don't lose myself in the game at all. And I know other people do lose themselves in it and love it. So I'm not saying it's a bad game, it's just a bad game for me. How much iron do I have left? 123. I'll just see how far I can reach. I'll do. Yeah. Might eat some food. I'm gonna, since I've really now for Horde Night just got to make a crossbow and put down the remaining spikes to block my exit. I might go do some mining, grab some iron, see if I can make up some more of the iron bars for going around the side so I've got a bit safer platform to stand on. Despot Guyver, I'm going to have to disappoint you on that one. That's probably it for SnowRunner for a while. I'm the problem this time. I got bored. To be blunt. I finished the arrows. Dyson Sphere falls on the... I've played a small amount of Dyson Sphere, but it very much falls on the satisfactory side of that. No interest. Yeah, I kind of felt like when I was playing SnowRunner, all I was doing was hauling something at 2 millimeters an hour through mud. The things that I had were good enough that I could just bully my way through things. And it was more about an exercise of patience than it was about clever use of the things I had at hand. Whereas, you know, with Wrong Way Up and Wrong Way Down, I felt like it was clever use of things at hand for a good chunk of it. Not just, well, let's go get the thing that's got the biggest wheels. Yeah, Farm Sim is coming, but so Farm Sim is something that Capac and I are deliberately not rushing. Because we want to do it right, or at least feel like it's right the first time. But Farm Sim is absolutely coming. Farm Sim will be edited and will be like a podcast where we're driving tractors. That's our goal. We want to see if we can make that work. Because we both feel like that'd be fun. And amusing. Oh yeah, Kerbal Space Program. Man, I so wish the multiplayer in that was better. So we could have actually played it multiplayer. Like, the lag and latency related issues, despite us being on a LAN, so we were gigabit connection to each other, we couldn't even coordinate activities within the same launch. And now that we're not living together, the latency problems were even worse. Which is why that series ended without an ending. Which always annoys me when I have to choose to do that. Because I like giving you guys endings. I like closure, dang it. I want my series to have closure. They need to have closure. That's why even though it was months late for both of them, I made sure there was an ending to Survival Maybe. There was an ending to Survival Unlikely. There's an ending to as many things as I can manage to get a good ending for. But maybe that's a flaw too, because wanting to have an ending means I don't move on to new things as quickly as I could. And maybe the new things would be better. I'm not likely to change though. That's a part of my personality that's likely to remain as is for the foreseeable future. I have made myself a doom hole. Yeah, so, well, Light Echo's never got an ending because we don't want to end it. We want to always leave ourselves the opportunity to keep the option to go back to that whenever we find the inspiration and the time. And that's why I'm currently editing some of it. A Light Echoes short that Capac wrote and we recorded, which I need to find the time to do the After Effects work on. Which is obviously something that takes a lot of time, particularly rendering time. What would I consider a good ending for 7 Days to Die? Why don't you go watch the final episode of Little Shop of Bothers? Because I edited a full ending for that. And I don't want to say what that ending is because it'll be spoilery. I reckon that was our best 7 Days to Die series to date. Little Shop of Bothers. And admittedly, that's partially because one of the people we played with is no longer with us. And I kind of really like going back to remember what he was like. But it's also, yeah. It's a series where I think Capac and I knew just enough but not too much about the game. So we made amusing mistakes. Yeah, Martin, happy. That's exactly who I'm talking about. Capac was killed by swinging a sledgehammer. He somehow killed himself with it. It was very amusing. Yeah, I really liked what we got to do in that series, and there's also the other thing for Little Shop of Bothers was that we actually went through one of the updates where the game forced a reset of the map. And it was one of the more amusing ways that Capac and I have ever dealt with that issue in a game. So we had the issue of the 7 Days to Die getting updated and requiring a full map, full game restart. And instead of actually doing that restart, we found the exact same POI on a new map, went in creative mode, and built everything again. We built the entire stuff that we had in our other save in a brand new save so that we could continue playing the same one effectively. It was just kind of... It was really fun to just play that off as though nothing had happened. I enjoyed that. And the way that I brought about the demise of one of our bases. That was funny. That was amusing. It was amusing to me that I was the one that stuffed up that time. It wasn't amusing to me at the time. It's amusing to me now. Yeah, I mentioned Raft earlier. Raft is something we want to play. We just need to find the time to do. Because the idea was to play it with Nab and DA. I should make my crossbow now. What do I need for a crossbow? Iron crossbow. Forged iron, duct tape, leather wood twine. Forged iron, duct tape, leather twine. Level 392. Well, that's as good as it's going to get. Space engineers, Keen are the sort of Microsoft of game devs, in the sense that Windows and Microsoft operating systems have always been very heavily focused on backwards compatibility. And Keen has been very good about that. It's really easy to forget when you go play some other games just how good Keen has been at that. They make it so much easier for us to continue playing the same saves for so long when heaps of other devs don't even come close to that. So yeah, I've got plenty of ammunition. I've got some backup weapons. That's sort of a backup for a backup, because this would be the backup. Don't need a shovel on a Horde Night. Don't need a hammer on a Horde Night. And I can put away this... Oh, no, I need to keep these on me for the moment. No, I haven't given up on Icarus. Just wanted a break. I smashed out 150 hours in Icarus between the beta and the main thing. I kind of smashed it out a bit too quickly. I just wanted a bit of a break. And to come back to it a bit fresh with... Because they're continuing to work on it, and they've done stuff like the Horde mode and made it so you can do your outposts with actual enemies on them, stuff like that. I'm looking forward to coming back to it with a fresh... feeling fresh on it. Rather than seeing the tiny little updates that come, I wanted to feel like there were some big changes. Because I felt like I would enjoy the game more that way. And it's a game I do like. I like Icarus. I know a lot of people struggle with it, but I enjoy it. So I want to keep it that way. On the Space Engineers front, though, I hit a major milestone with ACS yesterday. I have incorporated all of the voice lines that my patrons sent me. So the mod now has every single radio line fully voiced with multiple versions of each line. So you shouldn't get the same ones all the time. And that's the last big thing before I released it. So this week is going to be testing, and I'll release it later this week. Assuming I don't have a major bug that requires heaps of work that sets it back to next week. It should be this week or next week. I can't see any reason... That doesn't mean there won't be one, but I currently can't see a reason why it wouldn't be this week. Alright, what mods have I got? Are any of them useful for a crossbow? No. I mean, the hunter mod, technically. What have I got in this? Alright. Fine. I'll just be this then. I don't know that do I want a 2x scope on this? I don't think I do. I think I want to leave it without a 2x scope, because I'm not going to be shooting that far away, especially for a Horde Night. And the scope doesn't increase your damage. Oh, what was the... I read a post on Twitter that was just like a picture of someone's someone's review of a game on Steam saying how that game had been the way that the dad had managed to open up dialogue with his son after his wife had died. He'd been having trouble finding a connection, and then they started playing. It wasn't even a game you'd expect, but started playing a game together because he'd been like, I want to play this, but I don't understand it. Asked his son for help. His son set it all up. I think his son was like 13 or something. Son set it all up for him. They started playing together, and that was how they opened it up together, which was... It's really cool that that stuff's becoming more normal these days. So I reckon as a kid I would have loved it if my dad was able to actually play games with me. In fact, these days it'd probably be funny because my old man's a civil engineer, so he'd probably laugh at some of my constructions. So I reckon that's cool, you guys that are playing with your kids, because it can make even the... I remember reading an article by a games journalist who was talking about how he turned GTA 5 into a pedestrian safety educator for his... I think his kid was like 5 at the time. So his 5-year-old would watch him playing it, and he'd talk about pedestrian safety and then get hit by a car. And, you know, because of that interaction, it made a game like GTA, which is definitely not suited for 5-year-olds, actually really well suited to it. Hey, Groz. Ooh, 4 degrees. That's chilly. I mean, my dad is arguably an uncivilized engineer too. Having heard stories of front-end loaders being used as ice buckets on golf courses. Amongst other stories that I can't share on the internet. Yes, I played through Stationeers as a lot of those big updates recently were hitting through. Rachel, sorry. I misread that, sorry, Rachel. I'd like to grab Capac for my next Stationeers playthrough. I'd like to play it with him. Having played through solo and gotten as far as I did, I'd really like to play with him on the next one. So I just got to find a time where I can pin him down and make him play it. 6 p.m. Oh, the thunder is here. Oh yeah, I've also reached a point where my shovel digs through a thing of dirt in one hit, which I'm liking. Nah, kid, my playthrough will definitely still be helpful. I don't tend to remember the numbers specifically enough for them to be that relevant, but I've been reading the update patch notes for Stationeers, and I like some of the changes they're making. And the more things that have changed since I last played a game like that, I think the better. Makes it more fun, because you get to do discovery again. You get to experience something fresh. Wow, there are a lot of us geezer gamers. I like that term. That's good. There's cobbles made so quickly, Kevin, it's not an issue. Yeah, I like that Stationeers has reached that stable point again, where it's got a lot going on and they can make lots of changes. And they can start working on the real gameplay affecting changes. Because when I was talking to Dean about it, that's kind of what they were trying to build up toward. They were wanting to make sure they had the necessary pieces in place that they could make those gameplay changes without then having to redo those gameplay changes later because they hadn't done the refactor yet. Which, all the more credit to them for having done that rewrite, because that's a big delay to put on the sort of stuff that gets people interested. But it was well worth it, because the gameplay's so much better now. Like, I don't have a bad PC, but on the version prior to the refactor, was struggling from a performance standpoint. Just not great. Like, I could definitely feel my CPU being my bottleneck. What the... Okay, fine. You can just drop off then, since you're too hard to break. Ow, I missed the... I did it again. Dang it. What's the key to go backwards again? There we go. Oh, man. That's annoying. Oh, no. It would. This is better. I've got bars now along two sides of my base. That's going to be helpful, because now I can stand right out and don't have to risk falling off as much. Am I likely to go out there and do any collecting before the night? Nah, let's call it. Let's close up the hole. In fact, let's move the mini bike so it doesn't get damaged. You gonna stop? Yeah, so the combustion update in Stationeers that slows down flame propagation, I think is a really clever idea. Obviously not realistic in the sense of the way that explosions propagate in the game, but a really good idea from a gameplay point of view because it gives players the chance to react and therefore the chance to have fun. Oh my gosh, how did I manage to just barely save myself there? Moments, which weren't possible before. And I think that's really kind of special. And I don't have my iron on me. So hopefully that aspect of it will make it more fun to play with Capac as well, Stationeers. Because I think the two of us having the chances to just barely save something adds a lot more excitement. Especially for me when I'm expecting Capac to be the one that causes most of these problems. Though it'll probably be me. I still expect it to be him, but it'll probably be me. So yeah. I think that was a very smart gameplay change. Can I hit that? That's going to be annoying. Really need to get rid of that row underneath me. But I don't want to jump down there because I can't get back up. It's probably too late for me to go around building ladders at this point. Put the spikes away. Put that away. Put that on the hotbar. And then I'll need to get some food and stuff before it hits too late. Yes, zombies can dig and will dig to get under your base. They do all sorts of nasty things like that I mean, you can't cheese things as much as you might think. You can cheese things in other ways, but not in that way. Put the worms away. No, I like my worms. The worms are my friends. Bye, worms. I'm going to put that back on my hotbar because I need the knife more likely than I'm going to need anything else that was there. Okay. Did I pick up iron bars? No, I didn't pick them up. Yes, it is no point digging a hole, covering it over Minecraft style, and then sitting in it and hiding in it. The zombies will break through the roof of your hole and eat you. Similarly, because of Ravenhearst making a gameplay over realism decision, vehicles don't work on Horde Nights either, so my mini bike cannot allow me to escape the zombies. You have a large green tree frog croaking on your wall. I wonder if the crickets in the game are making it make more noise. There are horror creatures in this already, Fred. Which I have mixed feelings on, but am leaving for now. As in giant green horrible things. overdrink, I think. Yeah, let's overdrink. Then... Shall I eat a meat stew? That's got some good wellness bonus. Hobo stew. That's got some even better wellness bonus. Yeah, I'll eat that. There we go. Overeat, overdrink. That means I'm much less likely to need to worry about that during the night. Yeah, it's the B-movie variant of a Hulk. True. Or it's the XCOM version of the Hulk. Because it very much looks like the aliens that I can't remember the name of that were in the original UFO. Is the greatest horror not fall damage? Maybe. Could be. Fall damage. Oh, I wish I could remember what those aliens were called in UFO. It's gonna bug me now. Oh, I want... I want this on my person, because that's another Horde Night weapon, as well as the pipe shotgun. Because I need an... Ah! There's a zombie there's a zombie that's made it to the roof, or, in the case of the shotgun, this is my bird shooting rifle. That's my R weapon. This is my... This is another R weapon. Yeah. But this is my main weapon. Oh yeah, my XP boost drink. Where'd I put that? Oh no, where did I put... Where? Oh, there it is. Grandpa's Learning Elixir. Thank you for the reminder. Right, 4 more iron bars. That's what I can do before the night. Hey, even I slowly learn and remember to do things like loading my weapons. Once. I'll forget them next time. Well, my little fortress is as built as it's going to be. Now we wait. Mutons? Yeah, was it mutons, Phil? That sounds right. Yeah, Despot. Yeah, thanks, Despot. Yeah, mutons. Yes! That's what the big green dude reminds me of. I have a head torch. So I shouldn't need brain. And I've also got a head torch on this, so I've got a backup one. So I don't need to have any lights or torches out there. Like my armor-wise, I'm in pretty good nick. Because I made my own this week. Anyone else imagining elderly green sheep with weird antennae? I wasn't... I wasn't, Martin. I'm not sure where that image comes from. But it... Think furless green monkey with pink face. The mutons are more like, think gym junkie dipped in green paint. And spade. Oh, mutants, muttons. Gotcha. I did not connect those dots, Martin. I did not connect those dots. Oh yeah, yes, the mutons had purple faces, didn't they? Because the mutons were supposed to be, if I remember the lore correctly, they were meant to be a cross between the Greys and the humans. There were some weird hybrid that the aliens had created specifically for the purposes of war. This is the voice of the muton chops. You remember after the gun is empty and you're running away screaming, oh my god, why is this gun always empty? Yes, that's true. Oh, what the? Why didn't I get the scream? Oh jeez, there's already a cop here. Oh man. Yeah, this is Horde Night. There are a lot of cops. And my barbed wire did not serve me at all. Yes, it slows them down, but they're already here! Ow! Ow! What the? Oh man, I gotta be better at watching out for the cops. Tell you what, my armor seems to be working though. I haven't touched the spawns. These are what I set at the beginning of the series. Apparently I did a lot to up my game stage in the past week. Or I hit a tipping point to end up with lots of cops now. I did not take my XP item. Thank you. That means it's probably time to do this. Don't hit myself with this. Don't hit myself with this. Ah. Oh no, another cop. That was weird. His vomit wasn't he was doing the vomit animation, but he wasn't vomiting. Oh, doggies. Dogs do not survive long on the spikes, which makes a lot of sense. Oh, headshot. Come on. Let's get this. I need some more kills. Oh, yeah, the barbed wire. Good point. It probably did keep interrupting his animation. That's a good point. That's probably why the cop couldn't vomit. Maybe barbed wire is useful. The metal spikes are useful. Expensive, but useful. Oh, almost got to level up. Oh, they are close to my ladder. I don't like this. Ow, ow, bird! Where's the bird? Dang it! Ow! Stupid birds! Give me your delicious bones. Oh, my glue. I think my... Oh, jeez! Ah! Of course it was the army dude that makes it up as well. Ow! Ah! Reload. Reload. Crossbow. I think I just heard a bird. Is there a bird? Thought I heard a bird. Don't see it. I think for making my other base safe, I reckon if I had like a few good rows of metal spikes, they'll do. They look like they'll last long enough and do enough damage. See you, Martin. No, don't get up the stairs! Oh, missed. Oh, hip shot, headshot. Oh, she twitched right at the wrong moment for me then. Oh, quit! Quit twitching, Dr. Lady. There we go. Yeah, the zombies stand on each other and then one of them can grab the ladder, although I think they just broke the bottom bit of the ladder, so that's going to make it even harder for them to get up here. Which I'm fine about. Did anyone notice what the message said about how many skill points I have? I don't want to open up my menu while all this is going on. Because it's a level 40, so it's a multiple of 10, so I should get more than 1 point, I thought. Four points. Oh, nice. I'm going to have some fun debating which ones I get now. I reckon barbed wire is more useful when you're playing multiplayer than it is in single player. There aren't enough of me to shoot them while they're on the barbed wire. Yep. It is only half past midnight and this is where we're at. There's... The base is holding up okay, but I think a lot of the wall is gone. Whoa! I think cops have a lot less health than they used to. Oh, and he just opened up a path. You jerk. I haven't taken the time to look at whether there's a way to get those loot bags to last till morning. I think someone said there was, but I can't remember. I may be misremembering. Man, I even took my time then and I still missed. Dang it. It's in the entity classes.xml and you want the entity loot container. There's a time stay after death property. Ah. Hang on one sec. I'm just gonna quickly copy that and put it in my remember things for next week Discord thing. Because yeah, I feel like I should be able to loot at the end of the Horde Night. Is there a... Can you do it as -1, Mike? To make it infinite? See you, SG. Good luck with the move. Oh. No. Alright, what's going on around the rest of this base? And have I left massive holes elsewhere? Not so much. There certainly are gaps in all the walls, though. Okay, moving here is a bad idea, because they've already smashed up so much of this wall, I'm not sure how much there is left, and I'm sort of moving them around the base and slowly letting them destroy everything if I do this. That's a fair point. That's a fair point, Gruz. 10 hours may as well be infinite. Oh man! Stupid head bobbing. Yeah, we're at that point of the night where they get down here with full health now. Yes, there are interior supports for the building. You guys saw that, right? That zombie just definitely fell through the world. Yeah. Cup on it. Missed him. Ow. True. There were interior supports. There may not be any more. Though it does seem that the interior supports tend to not get too much damage during the Horde Nights. Compared to the outside wall. Come on, kill some of them. Tired of them not dying. Goodbye, Cuphead. They better not collapse this place just before I move all my stuff. That's gonna really suck. Considering I'm expecting to move my stuff in the next game day or so. Oh yeah, not long, not long. It should be okay. Yeah! Ow, he got me that time. Oh. Yeah, the cops really don't have much health anymore. They used to be tanky. I'm glad. Maybe there's a lower tier version of cop. Oh, I broke my crossbow. Yeah, more cop. Exactly. No, that's my last Molotov. Oh, poop. I'm gonna go back to that. I'm gonna bring that just in case, just so I don't break the arrow rest mod. Yeah, do you guys think it's fair for me to have the loot containers so that I can loot in the morning so that they all survive? Or should I still not get that advantage? I just kind of miss doing the post-horde loot. That was it was sometimes a tedious part of Alpha 16 earlier, but it was also fun discovering what things you might get out of it. So most of the time you wouldn't get anything good, but every now and then you'd get something kind of exciting. Okay, cool. You guys are in agreement. I should try and save a Molotov for the end of the Horde Night to get the ones that are all hanging around like this. Just as it goes dawn. This would be a really good way to smash the last few of them. There you go, army man. 3 shots to the head and you're dead. Again. Yes. Dump boxes are a must when looting. Especially in Ravenhearst, because there are so many extra items. 15 minutes. Oh, and a feral shows up. You jerk. Well, at least I know my walls are not going to hold up at the other base unless I have a significant upgrade. A single or double block wall is not going to last. So it'll be a while before I can move to the other place for Horde Night. Alright, here we go. Any of them? Kind of want to kill a few of them before I jump down. Because I can't get back up. Ooh, actually, I can't get back up. I should probably bring my ladder with me. Ladder. And bring that and that. Alrighty, here we go. I want to go over this. Gotta shoot the ones that are directly under the ladder. That seems like just sensible. Man. Yep, definitely want to save a Molotov for the end of the Horde Night in the future. Oh, missed. Did one of the zombies just slap another zombie? I think he did. I think the tall guy slapped the skinny guy. Oh. Oh yeah, 5 skill points. Awesome. I thought this would be a good chance to get my knife skill up. Thank you for my arrows back. Oh, out of stamina. Ow. Okay. Quick. Oh, there's still some loot bags to loot. Huh. Yes, you can't do the zomboid stomp in this. I think Zomboid's kind of the only game that's got loot that I find in some ways more interesting than this. I think it's less fun, but I think is more interesting because you can loot basically everything in Zomboid. so that you have to actually make some decisions on what you pick up. But I'm not sure I want that I'd want that system in 7 days. Okie dokie. Let's replace most of this wall now. Just because I am definitely going to be using this as Horde base again. I feel that makes a bit of sense. See a fire strike. Yes, now that the Horde Night's done, I can go and collect all the bits I need to do so that I can go and build my barn. Okay, cool. That was quite a bit of that wall gone. And there's a fair bit of that one gone too. Yeah, I know you can use frame ladders and kind of cheesy it that way. Not sure how I feel about it. I'm going to leave that. I'm going to leave that. Keep using the wooden bow. I might make a repair kit and repair that. Alright, so I need to grab arrows. And I need to grab 9mm. Let's just ditch off all this stuff. I need to grab all of that. Grab those. Take those with me. Let's go put them in the bike. I don't know what I'm going to use my points for. I'm going to have to look. Because, yeah, I really don't know. I had my little list. Hang on, let me open my little list. See what my list was. Skills I want for resources/crafting. Skills I want for fighting/stamina. And action skills. So I got the mining tool crafting thing. So I don't need to put points in that anymore. I might want to put a point in... I think I might want to invest in the perception, maybe strength. I don't know. I really don't know. There we go. I got 670 wooden cubes to take over there, plus the ones that would have been made on the crafting bench just before. I'll need to take some more wood with me as well. Those go... Yeah, that's all I need to take. Oh yeah, I'll eat in a minute. It's not a big deal right now. What are these? Robotics parts, right. Or should I say, boy? We can ditch these weapons back in because I'm not going to keep them on me during the week. That. Okay. I think my inventory's sorted. I think I might try and leave that pistol in the 4th slot. Keeping my weapons handy where I can easily click to change them rather than having to use my scroll wheel and potentially missing them. I think that would be smart. I don't need to carry a hammer. Normally, but because I'm going to go build something, I do. Almost forgot. Oh no! We ran out of fuel. I'll take all that wood with me, because I'm probably going to need it for upgrading the wooden frames. Let's do some drinking. Grab some food. Oh, what the heck, let's eat the blueberry pie. 195 max stamina. That is very nice. And I will take some water, some drinks over to the other base. I'll take the ramen, and I've got bacon in the bike, so that's fine. And don't think there's anything else I need to take with me, is there? Don't need to take this stuff yet, because I haven't started making concrete. I'm not going to take the crafting benches until I've actually established things over there. I guess I need to make a cement mixer. Is there something else you guys can remember I was supposed to do? I don't remember. Oh yeah, I should make a repair thing for my axe. No need for a repair kit. I can't even remember now. Okay, one of them. I might want to make a second one, actually. Yeah, I suppose I can take the seeds over there. There's no point keeping them here, is there? Repair. Oh, it doesn't fit a mod anymore. I'm gonna have to make a better axe. Okay, let's go. Think we're good. Don't have any fuel there. Actually, no. Dang it. I should make more than one extra repair kit, because I should probably go mining for some fuel when I get the chance over at the other base as well. Darren, I was talking about it earlier. I don't think I'm going to have time, honestly, to check out any of the other 7 Days mod packs. And I've tried Darkness Falls in the past and wasn't a fan, so I'm not likely to pick it as the first one I would try anyway. Cool. Let's go. Yeah, I guess I could take the empty jars. There aren't that many of them. I've only got 18. And I've got the... Oh, actually, that's what I should take. Doop, 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 doop. Take the sand, because I took the blacksmith forge over there before, I think. And if I take the glass jars, I can make a whole bunch of jars. Is this... Oh, more fertilizer. Yay. There we go. I can do some fertilizing over there. Cool. Am I set up as the quick... Let's do my quick thing here. You can see the size of my walls and the size of my barn. What the? Where did that hole come from? What? Seriously. It's like I'm playing with Capac with random holes peering around the place. I reckon I dug that hole way, way, way back, but somehow hadn't managed to run into it until now. There we go. We're out. Hey. Yeah, I think that was where I got my first little bits of clay from. And then I decided to dig on the other side of the base when I found the iron. Surprised I hadn't run into it until now. They introduced sinkholes into Alpha 20. I think there are some POIs that kind of look like sinkholes a bit. Now, from what I understand, my search the other week for supercorn was not likely to be successful. Supercorn is very, very rare. So I'm not going to actively search for it anymore. I think if I luck upon it, great. But I've managed to start reaching that point where glue isn't becoming such a big issue, so I don't really need to worry about it. Yes, the good old invisible boulder. Those are fantastic. Capac seems to run into them a lot. Less than he did before his Computato upgrade, but still. Yeah, Aardvark, you're probably right. Now that I've run into it once, I'll probably run into it every time now. Yep, like the boulder that showed up, and like all the boulders that he ran into in Survival Unlikely. Though those were his PC being unable to render them at a distance that he could see them. That's why so many happened back then. Yes, there was a Bowser along the way. I can't remember where though. And I think I may have already gone past it. Yes, I have. But not too far. I can go back. It's probably worth checking it and see if I can get some easy fuel. There it is. I thought I'd gone into that one, Chris, but maybe not. Ooh, that's a good haul. Yeah, that's not bad on either of those. Yeah. Alright, we got a comfortable amount of fuel to run away from more of those big green dudes. Like that one. That was timing. That was quite good timing for him to show up and prove my point. Yeah, I did have to say it. I did. I do like to tempt fate. I'm very much one for tempting such things. It shouldn't take me too long to finish the barn roof. And then I can... And the floor as well. The floor shouldn't take long either. I'm feeling like I probably should have spent some time looking at pictures of what I want my house to look like. Are there mods to make the mini bike faster? I believe so. Yes, it is one of these speak of the devil type things. Yes, yes. Cold, cold, cold. Come on. I can't remember what I had to... I can't remember what was going to stand in the way of me getting a better vehicle. I suspect it was steel. Might have to look into that. I'm going to hold off on spending my points until it's nighttime because I don't want to waste my daytime building time looking at all my points and trying to decide what of the many skills that I want I will actually spend points on. Because if I spend time on skills during the day, it just feels like wasted time. Wasted daylight. And I think, like, there's little enough to do at night that it's fine for me to spend that time on that. Once the new base has got a fully enclosed wall that's tall enough, I can at least stay there overnight and I can do things like building the house and doing decorative things, adding all that sort of stuff, which I'm looking forward to doing. Yes, that was a boulder. That one I ran into. I was scratching my chin, so my hand wasn't on my mouse, so I couldn't turn. Kind of that scratching your chin in thought. I would like to do some sort of deep hole around the base, but I'm also aware of how long that takes to do. So we'll see. Because obviously a deep hole is only part of the defense. You actually have to build the wall on the base side of the hole, because if you don't, the zombies will be able to dig through the dirt way too quickly and will completely undermine your base. And I very much want my base in this series to be at ground level rather than elevated up on stilts, because I felt like having it on stilts greatly restricts your ability to do fun, pretty designs that make it feel like it's could be a real house. But yeah, if I can dig a trench deep enough that the zombies take fall damage and land on metal spikes, maybe I won't have to kill too many of them with my gun. It looks like my farm is ready. Yeah. Can I fertilize them at this point, or would I have had to fertilize them earlier? Do I have to fertilize them before I plant? Yeah, I have to fertilize before I plant. Okay. Okay. Let's put the wood in here for now. Yep, that's my farming one, so all my seeds can go in there. And my fertilizer. Oh yeah, there's my blacksmith thingy. Let's grab all the other bits. Yeah. About the stairs on the other side thing. I'm not particularly fond of... in fact, I very much don't like cheesing the pathfinding. It's one of the things that irritates me about the changes they made to zombies for Alpha 17 onward, is that they kind of forced you to see that as the only valid option. that was left. I prefer not to have to cheese the pathfinding. Actually, clay can all go in there. Which might just be me being kind of shooting myself in the foot, but you know, it is what it is. Right. So I need wooden bits and I need the cobble as well for going up there. All right. Cobble and some rocks. Wood frames and some wood. There are rain catchers in this, but they're super hard to get. They're really high level, which has always been really broken. And made very little sense. Very little sense to me. That's wrong. So I need to start... Let's just have a look. What'd I do? Alright. That little tip bit needs to go on the cobble at that height. Which is the next block up. Yes. And that shape is... where is it? That one. That way. Yes, TFE. This is some creeple times, because I got through the Horde Night, and now I can have my fun building. Yeah, chipboard sucks. I'm finding it really hard to read where that height is, but I think it's the next row up. Oh, and this is wrong. This needs to be... Can I just copy that shape? Is that even the shape? No. This... Oh, it's this inner bit. What did I use for that? Shape. I know I used just kind of a corner bit, but I wonder if they actually have the piece, the exact bit. Oh man, I have no idea what it's going to look like. Let's just use the simple bit. It was this one, cube half corner. That's what I used. But I don't need to have a rain catcher in this because I have a well. Would you want all the... I mean, I'm sure some people would want all these shapes in Space Engineers, but... I do have mixed feelings about it. As I have mentioned before. I did enjoy it for the making of the Thunderbird ship that I've been working on for ACS. Having enough shapes that I could do those smooth curves, but... I also do feel like we sort of need some better... Come on, brain. Oh no! We need some better systems for managing how these things work. As in how we find all the different shapes. And how we get the correct rotations and how we do all that stuff. Because the time it takes means that once you get this many shapes, doing a build takes a very, very, very long time because you spend so much time searching through stuff. And the auto vertex type systems that I've seen in stuff and the Avorian style build, they lack that efficiency. It means that a cool looking build takes so much longer than it would in a game with simpler shapes. And I reckon Space Engineers would gain more in terms of aesthetic options. Not by... It'd gain more from adding the ability... Like, if there was... They'd have to do a new engine, I think. But it'd gain more from the ability to paint different faces than it would from having more shapes. And the painting of different faces would also give you... a lot of really cool designs, I think. Design options. I am finishing off the roof of my barn so that I can start occupying my barn. Because once the barn's ready to go, I'm going to start moving my production facilities over to this new base. Which means that I'll live here instead of at Moe's Tavern. Thank you so much, Dragnon, for yet another insane 10 gift memberships. And you even managed to hit TFE with it. He didn't deserve it. How's it going, Dragnon? I can paint surfaces in this, so I can paint this to make it look more barn-like. Obviously, the outer wall is going to look castle, but I plan on painting this up. Yes, this is very much intended to be a barn. Whereas I would think it a shed. Yeah, paint it red or black or something. Or grey. Some highlights. They've got some textures that they've used on barns, so I'm pretty sure there are some decent ones that should look... There are some things that should look decent on it. Yeah, there is going to be a loft in the barn as well. I wanted to build the roof before I went and did other bits and pieces on it. So I figured getting the roof finished would hopefully give me enough enough clarity over where things, like what space I actually have. Okay, that is right. Hey, Zombo. Yeah. Bye. That goes on there. This should be... No, I'll jump down. Is that the right height? Yeah, that's the same. I know! I can't believe I'm building something that might have a complete roof either. And I'm actually focusing on getting the roof done first. Because I never got the roof done in my last series. Which is always disappointing. Would have liked to get... that's the bit. Would have liked to have gotten more of that done. I really liked that. I liked what I started doing. Man, I love the fall protection on my boots. I really liked what I'd started getting done in the previous game, but I think we can do something more fun in this one. I think it's that I want. Oh, it could be the other side, other direction. Yes, it is. May as well go place this down this end since it's this one. And it is that one I want for this end. There we go. I'm not planning on this being any part of my actual defense on a Horde Night. If this thing ends up being a defensive thing on a Horde Night, I'm in big trouble. So I kind of instead would rather it be purely a building for decoration and production. Storage, that sort of thing. Not a defensive structure. Hopefully the walls will be all that's required there. And then the house may have some defensive features. I'm thinking doors at both ends of the barn. Just for style. Yeah, it's a work building, not a fortification. At least at this point. So many blocks I go through for this, though. Could be. I'm just glad I have enough frame shapes that I feel confident that I will actually finish this roof, assuming it doesn't take me too long to do so. It's 2 PM. I'm slightly tempted to just block up that hole in the wall and see if I can stay here overnight. What is the bit I need for that? It's one of these. Come on. There we go. Yeah, it is that one. Split left. Split right. It's looking close. At least the floor's easy. I was also thinking, what sort of building do you guys reckon would work for a mine entrance? Like, should I put it in the barn? Because I was kind of thinking not. I was thinking maybe building something over this side, maybe even into that boulder. Something that's against the boulder that's a little shed shack entrance to the mine. That's why I was leaning. Because I want to establish the mine fairly early on. Because I'm going to need a lot of concrete and cobble, and I may as well dig stone here and hope that I strike iron at some point. Yeah, I was thinking kind of a tool shed style thing, maybe. Small building that looks like an outhouse. Yeah, that kind of thing. Or properly make it look like an outhouse. I suppose I could do that. Might need to be a bit bigger than a genuine outhouse so that I could fit a toilet beside the mine shaft that goes down. Just, you know, because. That could be fun. Put some biohazard signs on the toilet. Like if I make it a 2x2 sort of interior size, I could do a toilet and then have the hatch down to the mine shaft next to it. So a 2x2 internally and then walls on the exterior space. So for that, it can get a bit awkward. Oh, if I use half block walls, maybe that could work. Think about it. I can try it out with the frame shapes anyway, we can see what works. So at least with these wooden ones, I can pick them up. Alright, we're getting there. I can almost reach the other side. Yeah, I guess if I end up having to go as wide as a 3x3, it's not really going to look like an outhouse. It'll just look like a little shed. So if I go that way, I'd probably aim for that as a style. Quite impressive. Splits is managing to bash the chipboard so hard it becomes proper wood. Yes, it is. Vulture. Dang it. Got it. Eventually. Could be a... Wow. Horde. Come on. Oh, I hear bashing. No bashing on my new build. Where are you? Inside my walls. You jerks. Don't bash on my shiny new walls. Then more around the side here. I'll have ladders on the walls later, once they're taller. I just don't want to... I'm avoiding doing too much permanent yet. I'm also just... I just really want to get the roof done. I don't want to distract myself with other tasks. Why do I think they were lured in by this? They could have been lured in by the gunshots, you're right. What the? Oh, you jerk! You jerk bashing on my barn! I don't have nails here, so I can't repair that. Oh, I only took timber. Okay, never mind. I can repair that. Didn't think I could for a second. I wonder if a wandering horde was lured to me by the gunshots. That's what I'm thinking happened. I thought certain wooden things needed nails to repair them. But it may not be this particular, like it may not be these particular ones. Maybe. This is what we call a barnstorm. I don't think so. Don't think that quite works. Barnstorm is when the roof opens up and the storm is inside the barn. When I accidentally forget to fill in the roof or something explodes it. I don't think there are any flying explosive things, are there? Because given how long it's taken me to make this roof, I really don't want to ever have to repair it. Oh, why are there flying explosive things? Not on board with this. Okay, these will be the last complex shapes, I think. The rest of it's easy. Oh, it's a vanilla thing? Heh. Delightful. I don't know. I guess... like, I'm thinking about the whole damage to my stuff thing, and there just comes that point where I'm like, I don't want this part of my things to be damaged. I really don't want to have to fix that bit. And roofs in 7 Days to Die are definitely that bit for me. Well, I will eventually be fighting the Horde here. That's my plan. Just not yet. I like to prepare a place like this first. Yeah, cop belch could easily destroy my roof. That's a good point. It usually doesn't miss by that much that it hits your roof, though. I don't think I'm super far from being able to set up power, but I'm not there yet. So powered stuff is not an option. Like, it's only day 36, which I know in vanilla is a long way in, but in Ravenhearst is not. So I'm still fairly low level, I guess, is the best way I can think of it. Yes, I would like to have this place pretty and looking good and things like that when it gets destroyed. That is exactly right. I do not have a crucible. That's one of the last major things I've got to find by looting. Now, I would. Alright, what crazy pieces am I going to have to find now? Oh, do we even have the bit of it? I think that's going to be the top bit. As in, that's this bit. But I don't know what to do about that bit in between. Do they have that shape? I'm doubting it. Because it's like a gable top with a bit of a wall bit on it. I think this is going to be my best option. That's a gable plate end. Yeah, I think it's going to be that one. Yep. See, there's always a shape that's missing. That's why it's a fool's errand to chase down all these different shapes. You will always be missing something. Like, it's got to be a gable piece, I think. So now the decision is this bit going to look better, or is this one going to look better? Leave a tiny gap up there, or have a bit sticking out? I think I agree. I think the tiny gap is going to be the better option. Yeah, let's leave the ventilation gap. I think that's the best. That'll be the best looking option. Be the most subtle. I need to wait for the 8-legged friends to come in. That's a good point. And for them to get back out. You don't want an angry spider trapped with you. Here we go. Check it out. Oh yeah. Alrighty. Next step is dig out the floor. Which I think I will do in wood. Yeah, I think I'll do in wood. I don't think I want bats in a zombie game. I feel like that's a bad idea. Yeah, deciding how to paint it will be quite the challenge. And making enough paint to paint it as well. I'm not sure what I'll paint the floor to look like. I might make it out of wood, but paint it to look like straw or something. If I can. I just prefer having a proper floor rather than using the box material because it's did give me other options. Yeah, I don't know. Does anyone know if there's a straw paint option? Oh, bats are fine. Zombie bats, not so much. Can't help but feel you should have foundations under the walls. Yeah, he'll be fine. It's actually intentional that I don't have foundations under the walls. Because as soon as I put foundations under the walls, I would have to have a full block of something along here. Which looks worse than having the grass go right up against the wall. So it is actually by design that it's not that way. If I can get away with having no foundations, then I will. Because it looks better. Because otherwise, I'd probably feel like I need to put, what you call it, the farm blocks underneath the wall, and those are real expensive, and I can't make them yet. Hey, I'm not letting my structural insufficiencies get in the way of a design that looks better. At least with all this building, I'm going to have more construction tool skills, so my next armor that I build will be higher level again. How much longer do I stay here? Do I dare? Do I dare stay here overnight? Do I do it? Do I chance starving myself? Probably not, because I'm actually almost running out of wood frames. Hammerby, he would probably say, whatever makes you happy. Unless that was actually my house, in which case he would over-engineer it, as he over-engineered everything that he built around our house. when I was growing up. Is that the last of my wood frames? Oh no, I've got another 400. Okay. Maybe I don't need to go back. Maybe I plug this with wood and we try and stay here for the night. So those are cheap. I could always lay down... Oh, that's what I should have done. I should have laid down the brick and then I could have put a ramp to drive the bike over. Splitsy can't code, so this whole building code thing is just nonsense. It's true. I'm going to stay here for the night. Probably. Hope that the zombies don't spawn here. Yeah, my dad would spend months building foundations for stuff that was like a small garden retaining wall. I have some food and water lying around. I can't remember where I put it. Was it in this one? No. Was it in this one? No. This one? Yes. There we go. That'll get me through the night comfortably. I think. And I've got bacon on my bike as well. In fact, I might as well eat bacon now. Ah. Right, it's nighttime. Let's have a look at this. So, with 5 points, I would like to get living off the land, because unlocking wells and beehives, I think I think it's might be the wells one that unlocks the grain collector. Maybe, although it could be even higher end. And also having the ability to track. Is this the tracking one? No. But this is the one that I can get extra healing. I don't need to get any of these agility ones. Run and gun would be useful, but isn't the most useful. I've got all the intellect perks that I need for the moment. Better barter would be nice in the future, but is not required. I could do the grease monkey thing. Don't need any of that. I'm tempted by the iron axe. And now that I don't need it anymore, I can unlock the ability to make a hunting knife. But I don't really need that because I've got the machete schematic, so I don't have to use a point on that. Because I've got the better bladed weapon anyway. Which means I should probably get rid of the baseball bat. I should probably stop carrying it. Yes, animal tracker is under perception. So that was the other thing. It was Lucky Looter. Getting myself another level in Lucky Looter, which would require 2 points spent on perception. To get me up to level 3 so I can do it. Oh no, it's only perception level 2. Oh, so that's only 2 points to get Lucky Loot. Oh. Could do a couple of levels in Lucky Looter. Motorbike. Motorcycle requires... Okay, that I've got, that I've got, that I've got. What does the chassis require? Crafting area, mechanic workbench. 150 forged steel. Car radiators, car seats. Yeah, I'm not getting a motorbike anytime soon. There's no point unlocking motorbike because that's an unattainable amount of forged steel. Yes, I am doing farming because farming will help me get the stews. So that was the other thing. Level 3 in Master Chef gives me hobo stew. And potluck meals. Would also allow me to unlock Sexual Tyrannosaurus level 3 as well, which would be nice. And I could put some points in Mother Load. I'm just going to quickly check. Are there any other... So I'm still not quite there with my archery weapons to unlock the compound bow, which I do need to unlock because it's part of my quest. Safe fall distance. That's going to be... That's something I'll put some points in eventually. Yeah, and that's just one part of the bike. The handlebars will need steel as well. So yeah, motorbike's a long way off. So we can forget about motorbike for now. So it's either getting... My two choices I see are living off the land and focus on getting more farming stuff. Because it would be nice to get irrigation pipes and animal breeding eventually. But that requires a lot of points. That's a long way off. But for now, the main thing would be getting level 3 and living off the land. Or I go strength, get myself Sexual Tyrannosaurus, Master Chef, Motherlode, and the strength points I need. Or loot. So it's loot, resources from digging, and the ability to dig faster, or farming. Loot, digging, or farming. I'm torn. I do want more lucky loot. I would like that. Can I get... I can probably... Yeah, let's do loot. Once I've got lucky loot at level 3, I'll probably not be so fussed about shooting higher than that. 20%. Yeah, they're just gradual 5% boosts each level. Okay. So I'll go up to level 3 and then we can forget about it for a while and focus on getting my farming and Sexual Tyrannosaurus. Would be nice to get another level of this though. Melee and tool stamina usage reduced by 20%. Power attacks by 40%. Alright. Let's do one level of that. Level of that. With my remaining 3 points. What does this need? Level 5. 1, 2, 3. What was that? Level 7. Okay. So we're probably not going to worry about getting the final level in Sexual Tyrannosaurus for a while. But at least next time I get some points, I can get some more Master Chef and Motherlode. And then start thinking about animal tracking. Yeah. Yeah, Lucky Looter is likely to be very useful in the long run because I do a fair bit of looting. And it should increase the chance of me getting a Crucible eventually. Which is likely to be worth it. If I can get it. Now we build the floor. I may well try and ride home in the middle of the night if I can get this floor finished. Because with the floor finished, I'll be able to place all my production building things here. Which I'll likely move around, but I figure I just dump them all down to begin with and then work from there. Yeah, Sexual Tyrannosaurus is very useful for the stamina regen. And for mining, because especially with a shovel, you use so much stamina. Yeah, I can dig a much bigger hole now with how much it's regenerating. This barn was meant to be kind of a permanent placeholder sort of thing. So a place where I would put a lot of things permanently, but that would also have enough room for a lot of temporary things as well. Like I'd like to make a little smithy building later, but I don't need it to start off with, so and the barn's big enough that I should have enough room to place this blacksmith forge down here anyway. Oh, this is so much better, this digging. I'm glad I went this route and got more stamina. I also remembered, as I picked the extra stamina option, I have a bad habit of running out of stamina while fighting with a knife. I probably could. Once I've built the floor, I was going to build the lofted bit, and I was going to put posts along the way. Timber posts supporting the lofted bit. So it probably will look a bit like repurposed animal pens in the end. Yeah, the stamina bonus for kill blows makes a big difference. It should allow me to get my knife skill up much quicker. It's just a pity that machetes take steel, so I may end up spending that point on knives eventually anyway. We'll see. I may get lucky and find the schematic for it at some point, especially now that I've improved my looting skill. See you, Zoriel. Hey, Collins. Yeah, I want to give the barn character, so I'll do more decorative internal stuff. I figured start off with something that looks alright and gives me enough room to play with, and then build up from there. See how it goes. I'm glad I stayed. Stray Capac's more like feral. Yeah. I'd agree, Gruz. I swear I'm going to try my best not to forget about any particular production things, but I know I'm going to forget some as I build this and as I lay them out. I like Ravenhearst. I know a lot of people wouldn't like playing the game this way, but I do. Capac has self-tamed and joined your colony. Yes. Your colony is now on fire. Yeah, that would also happen. Trying to think. Has Capac actually ever set a colony on fire in RimWorld? I don't think he's ever really been responsible. I think it's very hard to be responsible for fire in RimWorld. Fires happen, but it's usually not your fault. Like it's not like Icarus where you can run across a fireplace and end up setting fire to your whole house. Yeah. I've always got mixed feelings dragged on about whether a game like 7 Days to Die should allow you to make everything from scratch, even if it's not the best version. And on the other side, like 7 Days to Die is a looting game, so is it bad that some things have to be looted? I genuinely don't know where I stand on that. I feel it's okay in 7 Days to Die for some things to have to be found by loot. But there are other games where that really wouldn't work. And I also know that some people very much feel that everything should be able to be made from scratch if you can find the components by mining or collecting them otherwise. And I don't have a strong argument against them either. I have a repair kit, but I don't know if the repair kit works on the steel shovel. I may need an advanced repair kit for that. Oh no, I dug a hole I didn't mean to dig. It is an advanced shovel. It's a shovel of a kind you've never imagined. Yes, I dug too deep. Now the Balrog will come. This barn is big. I don't think I quite appreciated how big when I started laying it out. Yes, I'm intentionally not using the auger that I haven't made yet, because I'm not very well protected here and I would not like to attract zombies to my position. A baby zombie will spawn in there and keep growling, annoying you to no end. Yes. Baby zombies suck in Minecraft. I hate those things. It's so hard to hit. Oh, out of wood. I'm glad I have all that wood. So I'm going through it faster than I thought. Hey, Boshef. Oh, man. I need a drink. One sec. My mouth is getting dry. I got sent a text being asked to work at my old job tomorrow, and I think I'm going to say no. How am I going to deal with the transition to the ground outside and the inside? Not 100% sure yet. Is there anything thinner than the plate block? Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, shanty wall might work. Yeah, that works. Ish. Because I could then do that. Oh. Wait, no, that doesn't work. Oh, shanty wall is not even. Gotcha. I mean, I could do that. That was one option I was considering. You reckon sheet? Is there sheet? Oh, there is a sheet. Wait, sheet centered versus... Oh, right. Yeah, sheet is a two-dimensional block, so that'll be the one I'd use. But the question is whether I'm going to use wood or whether I'm going to use a different material as like an edging. I was thinking of maybe doing it with flagstone. So... Oops. Do that as the transition. Something that looks all right. No! It placed one I didn't want to place. I can't fit doors on there now, no. But I don't have the ability to make the door that fits in there anyway. So it's going to be open for a long time. When I can fit the doors, I will replace probably those with blocks and then put more sheet on the outside to cover up the gap. Which perhaps I should have done to begin with. Oh well. I think what I've started with works. Works well enough anyway. There might be a half sheet. Because, yeah, then you can go even smaller. Wow, it took me an entire day and a whole night just to build the roof and the floor. Oh yeah, I could... That's actually a good idea, at least temporarily build something out of wood that looks like a full big door and then put a small door in the side of it. I mean, I could even just put a small door in one of these side walls. So I have the big door and then I have a little door off to the side. I think that's also a valid option. Yep, that's all good. Slower than Amish barn raising. Perhaps. Yeah, I'm tempted to put... I'm not too fussed right now. I don't think I need the door just yet, but I'm sure once I get a vulture in here and it attacks me while I'm doing something, I will rapidly put a door in then. Because, you know, you can't do these things to prevent something that hasn't happened yet. You're silly. Yep, the shovel hopefully will last for the last few bits. So I'd like not to have to make a stone one just to get by. There's only this much left. Yeah. What does this require? Repair with advanced repair kit. Exactly as I thought. Indeed, dragged on. Reactive instead of proactive. I mean, there is something about doing this stuff as a stream that does make you lean towards reactive rather than proactive. Because proactive tends to eliminate a lot of the problems. A lot of the moments that create excitement and fun. So, sometimes don't want that. I'm always torn as to how much to be sensible with these things and how much to just be like, to be laissez-faire about it and just be like, it'll be fine. Knowing full well it probably won't be. Come on, stamina, don't fail me now. Do I have more drinks? Did I drink all my drinks? Have more drinks. You can combine proactive with reactive, just add Capac. This is true. That is that is very true. Speak of the devil, pro-reactive, he enters chat. Hey Capac, how's it going?
Yeah, there you
are. So we had a plan for today for our stream, but we also would have a fourth available if you wanted to play June again.
I mean, I can't remember what the plan was. So
Okay, fair enough.
I'm good with anything.
Okay. So I was thinking we could maybe play June and then play some Plate Up afterwards, since I reckon we'll have time for that. And let's take this off my hotbar before I accidentally use it and break it.
Oh, yeah.
See if TFE's up for that much gaming today. Yes, Capac. It doesn't seem to be something he did. There's a really weird thing with him and TeamSpeak where the first things he says are always incredibly quiet. Yeah, most of the time it is his fault and he's sitting back from the microphone, but apparently not always.
It should be good at the moment.
Yeah, it's good now, but there's always this thing where your voice gradually increases in volume when you first speak, as in the first of a session. It's real bizarre. There we go. I have a floor to my barn. Let's put down this thing. Jeez, it's big.
Should I just put TeamSpeak on continuous transmission?
No, don't do that. I don't know what the problem is. It's not a big deal. It's literally only the first sentence that you say in a session, and then it's fine.
I've got time, so I figured I'd have a look at the settings now, see if anything jumps out at me as being particularly.
But yes, I would not recommend continuous transmission.
All the digital processing stuff is off. Yeah, don't know.
Yeah. I don't know either.
I thought there were more options.
Continuous transmission on TeamSpeak is how you get TFE's Vader breath. Yes. That is one of the ways you do that. That is true. I have a lot of clay.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, well, I had to dig out the floor of the barn so I could lay the surface down.
It's a good thing you got all those trash bags to keep it in.
It is. They're useful for it.
Even more handy that you can put a lock on the trash bags.
Hmm.
Wouldn't want anybody coming in and raiding all your trash bags.
It's true. I really don't want people coming in and raiding all my trash bags.
30-second pizza oven.
What?
Apparently it's an ad on YouTube.
Oh, right.
Sounds like a scam.
Yeah. Although I probably would have said the same about a product I saw reviewed yesterday, which is a thing that is meant to work to allow you to get a wine bottle chilled down to fridge cold in 6 minutes.
Oh, is that one of those ones where you wrap it in like a
No.
soaked cloth or something and then it spins it around, or...
Well, this one, you put water and ice in and it circulates the water ice around the wine bottle, or rolls the wine bottle in it.
Yeah.
So it effectively does the same sort of thing. You're constantly refreshing the cold that's against it, so it cools down much, much faster. Now, thinking of my lofted bit in this barn, because I'd like to lay down that and then we'll switch over. This plate pillar might be an option. How thin is that? Oh, that's real skinny. That's too skinny. Is there a better option?
Wait. Is it a mod thing that the wood frames are filled with chipboard, or is that a...
No, it's the new thing. It's the new way it is. They've changed all the way that this stuff works. Yeah, I mean, I could use the big chunky quarter things, but I was hoping there might be a pole with a plate on top. Because I want to be able to lay stuff on top of this, so I need it to have the... Let's just see what shows up if I write pole. Oh, yeah, here we go. Plate, pole, centered, plate, pole, side, centered, plate, pole.
Yeah, that's a lot of shapes.
Yeah, there are an insane number of shapes. Like, have a look at this. I have half walls. Perfectly... Oh, bugger. Of course that I see just as I'm showing Capac something. The transitions here are all perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the half slope roof. Well, all except for the very top. There's no piece to do that tiny little triangle that's missing. It's close enough though. Alright, so we know we've got that, which means I can go pole side centered. Do I go? Yeah, I'll go 4 blocks high. Then we go advanced. Yeah. So that'll be the way I think I'm going to do my lofted bit, because it'll only be off to the sides. I think I'll leave the center open.
Mini pizza oven.
Yeah. This will look good, I think. Plate. Oh, before I do too much more of this, is there an option for a plate with something that looks like it's supporting it? Yeah, I should probably use one of these. On the outer edge. And then change up what that is. Dang it. Is there a bit with that? I might have to do... Yeah, I'm going to have to move these. Yeah, I agree. The bracing bits will look better.
So why are you making a barn?
As my kind of storage / production area sort of thing to begin with. Because I figured a barn looks good and will stay a relevant thing for a while. So that's why the barn. And this is the problem with having so many shapes, is that you end up doing this. And having to put everything perfect, because otherwise you're not happy.
Yeah, that looks like it would get tiresome real fast.
Because at least knowing you don't have the shapes, you're like, oh well, close enough's good enough. Knowing it's there and you just haven't used it. At least you can do this, copy shape, and then copy rotation. Hopefully I'm not too far away from the next shape. Spot I want.
Well, I guess it's only 26 options you have to cycle through.
Only. Then this one I think is the one I want. Yeah. Actually, no, I want the other one. Or I want this one rotated the other way. That way. Wow. Yeah. Time consuming. Copy shape. Copy rotation. Nope. This would not be... I reckon this would be something you would do though, Capac, isn't it? You would take the time to do this right.
Yeah, maybe. Probably.
And you'd be annoyed at me when I was just like, oh, just do it the quick way.
Yep.
At least once you've done the first bit, you can copy shapes and copy rotations and then just repeat it. So it's not as bad once you've got it down the first time. Like copy shape, copy rotation, bam. Then we go pole, which would be this one. Ta-da! We have a lofted ceiling that doesn't look weird.
So, are you going to do that like 4 times?
I'm thinking what I might do is just maybe do the lofted bit on one side, down 3 lengths of it, and then have the ladder here. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
maybe do 2 on this side so it's asymmetrical. To give it a bit more visual interest when you come inside rather than being all exactly the same. Because I shouldn't need that much lofted space in here. It's very much for style. I've chosen to do it. And there we go.
Think about all the garbage bags you could store up there.
Thankfully, I have moved beyond garbage bags and now have these, which have considerably more storage and can be painted. Yeah, I guess you could do the double thick pole and just fully copy the shape and do the next bit that way. But I kind of like it being square, so I'll probably leave it.
Yeah, I'll probably just, do one on the opposite corner.
Yeah,
And
I'll
then
just
maybe
copy that
build
exact
like
shape.
Make a little bridge across.
Oh, were you thinking like of... I was actually thinking of copying this exact shape and going down till this next bit. Copying it a third time, going down to this bit, and then leaving this part without the lofting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking more have 2 at that end of the building.
Oh, on this
One
side.
on either side.
Yeah, I was thinking of doing that as well. But yeah, it's all a time-consuming process that I should probably wrap up for the day, shouldn't I? But it is a lot quicker once you've got one down. Because you can just do this. And just copy each bit. So I don't have to search for anything anymore.
Seems like I could use an extra button on that wheel that is a combination copy shape
both?
and rotation.
Yes. Yes, it does. Ah, dang it. Hate that about that blacksmith forge. It's so big, it's so easy to set yourself on fire. Ugh.
Here's you building a huge wooden structure around it.
Yeah, fortunately no fire propagation like Icarus has. So that would be bad. Well, I'm pretty happy with how much I've built. Next week, for more 7 Days to Die, I'm going to keep building this base. And I'm going to move all my production stuff over here. Which is awesome, because I've been wanting to do that for ages. And then, hopefully, be able to start building up some defenses over here. But no Horde Night at this base for the first week, at least. I'm really happy with how this has turned out. It's not as supported as I'd like it to look, but it's pretty good, I think. It's kind of a balance between making it not annoying to walk around on the lower level and having it look supported. If you guys are interested, come join us over on Twitch, where we're going to be playing some Dune and maybe a new game called Plate Up, which is kind of like Overcooked. From what we understand, none of us have played it yet, but we all should have it installed. So there's all that, and plenty more to come. And we'll see you shortly.
Catch you next time, everybody.
Yeah, catch us over on Twitch in the next 5 minutes or so, as long as it takes me to switch my streaming setup. Bye.